Once you've gone through the process of selecting your components, what you're going to do is take your blank and find its spine. Just like the human body wants to bend forward, a blank wants to do the same. A blank is not perfectly round, although it looks like it. It has a spine and it wants to bend in a certain direction. If you think about it, you can bend forward very easily, to the side okay, to the backwards not so easily. A rod blank does the same thing. And you want to make sure that you have it spined correctly so that you fight the fish without having twists in the blank and you end up fighting the rod as opposed to working your bait correctly or fighting a fish. Easiest way to do that is to put your blank in a spine finder. What a spine finder does is allows you to take your hands off the blank. You're going to want to go ahead and put a flex in the blank, or go ahead and put a good flex in it and spin it. And you'll feel it, and maybe even hear it, pop into its pronounced curve. It's hard to show, but when you do, you can feel it. Just like that. And when you get in that spine, it wants to stay there. And it'll find that same exact spot every time you flex it and roll it. Now, if you try to spin it without flexing it, it doesn't work. Or if you just flex it, it's not going to find its spine. You need to flex it and roll it as it's bent. Some people call the spine the top of the curve. Some people call the underside the spine. It really doesn't matter. All that matters is that you have the bend going towards the fish. Just imagine when you're fishing, the easiest way for you to bend is towards the water. It's the same thing with a rod blank. So if you have a spinning rod, naturally your guides are going to go on the underside. If you have a casting rod or a conventional rod, your guides are going to go on the top of the blank. So whichever way you want to mark it, just make sure you understand where your guides are going in relation to the spine. I personally like to mark the underside of the spine. All I'll do is make sure I've got it good and flexed and mark it with my China marker. And I mark it in a straight line right down the rod blank. That way I know that's the way that rod wants to bend. For me, it's the easiest way to remember where I marked it.